My name is Gary Schuette. I'm the Senior Vice President of Business Transformation at VyStar Credit Union. Cryptocurrency is essentially, the easiest way to think of it is a digital-only form of money. It does not have a central party, such as a government behind it. So a currency is anything that can be used to exchange goods, to buy goods, things like that. So there's, in our case of the dollar, there's a central party that is supporting it, is standing behind it. So the government can tax, they can garnish wages. Obviously, they have a lot of infrastructure built around that dollar. The crypto piece is using if you've seen the Imitation Game movie or, some of those old, when you're encoding, you're putting messages in code and you're encrypting it in a form that basically you can't, it's gibberish if you don't have the right key to unlock it. And so that's the way that they ensure the currency is secure. So again, the US dollar is backed by the government. Cryptocurrency doesn't have a centralized mechanism. It uses basically coding and encryption to make sure that the money is safe. I think that's the basic gist of it. There's nothing basic about it, but those are the fundamentals. I guess there's a lot of folklore around that, but the first full-fledged cryptocurrency is Bitcoin, from what we know, and it came out of a paper that was released under the pen name Satoshi Nakamoto. So no one knows who that is, who she is, that group that stands behind it. That has not been revealed. So there's lots of interesting folklore, like I said, around that. Anytime there is, let's say there are high transaction fees associated with payment, that would be one potential use case. Part of it also too, and we can think of a lot of use cases in the US, but we have the US dollar, which is easiest to use currency in the world. A lot of other countries don't have the privilege of a currency, even in their own, of their own choosing. A lot of them are benchmarked. A lot of countries have currencies or use the US dollar as a proxy. Cryptocurrency would allow a digital exchange of value. And now you don't have to rely on either, a central bank may not be the best at managing those assets, and you can have some of the horror stories there where currencies are devalued and all of a sudden you need your entire paycheck to buy a loaf of bread. So a lot of those have been the potential use cases is on the more micro level. And then at the high level, there are definitely still some transaction costs or barriers to safe or international commerce for companies that are based in, let's say, Germany, and they're paying the US. There's still a lot of old infrastructure in terms of how those payments get cleared and things like that. So the settlement can take a while. So those are most of the use cases now that are essentially trying to get around some of the more legacy infrastructure that is not digital, or is at least has sort of mechanisms that were built decades ago. And so those are some of the evolving use cases. Again, on the investing side, there's certainly a lot of fervor in terms of what it can do, what it can't do. And so I think a lot of people are also treating it purely as an investment. And so you'll hear the term digital gold thrown out. And so, can it store, and I think this remains to be seen. There's certainly lots of bets on that, but will cryptocurrency hold its value over the long term, similar to how gold has always been treated? And so, I think your guess is as good as mine, but there's certainly a lot of potential there.